Welcome to STARCARD Podcast. Here at STARCARD Podcast, we get a glimpse at the age of Aquarius ahead of us. My name is Breakaway Ray. Happy Friday, everybody. It's 5-Card Friday. I want to give you 5 cards to start your day. Whether you're tuning in live or catching the recording later on some other day of the week, these 5 cards are meant for you. Here comes a message from the tarot world. But by the way, before we get started, I'm going to show you all the decks in play today. In case you want a reading, please type in all capital letters, tarot, please. And then maybe you'd like to request one of these decks. Otherwise, it's Breakaway Ray's choice, right? Anyway, moving on. Let's go to the tarot cam. Hello, Mr. A. All right. Thanks for joining me this morning. That is awesome. It's a full moon where I'm at, everybody. So whenever you're tuning into this podcast, even if it's in the future sometime, it's a full moon in my time bubble. So you can amplify your magic. If you have not subscribed yet or even liked this video, go ahead and do so. The magic is hopping, I imagine, because it's a full moon where I'm at. All right, let's take a look at some of these decks. All of the decks I got. First of all, we're starting with the Robin Hood Tarot. We also have the gold foil deck. And what happened to the other classic deck? I have the classic deck, which everyone knows about. It's the one with all the words on the card because I've only been throwing tarot cards since March. So you learn a lot and you learn in a hurry. If you have the words right on the card. If I see that box, I will show you. I'm really into the Ethereal Bloom Tarot, this one right here. I really like the imagery on those. Yeah, everybody, there's that box I was telling you about. See, it looks just like the deck right down there. That's the classic tarot. Okay, so here's the neon deck. And again, I'm going to offer an apology 2 shows in a row, I think. A few shows ago, some people were requesting the neon deck, and I missed it, and I apologize. But it's on hand, and, I aim to please. So give me another chance. All right. Then I've got the stained glass tarot. I call this my home field tarot deck because when I started reading tarot, this is the deck that I studied with first. This deck is pretty exquisite. It's the old style tarot, really embellished imagery based on the 2 other ones that I showed you. By a guy named Alexander Ray. Sounds like a good guy to me. All right. Then we have the Lost Soul Tarot. For any of you out there in the goth crowd, maybe you'd like this. If you're a punk rocker from the 80s, or maybe you were into the mod scene. Come on, what was it? Quadrophenia was staying on the moped. I can't believe I remember that. And then we also have the Mermaid Tarot. So everyone knows what's available. I'm gonna get these decks out of the way and get the show started. It's 5-Card Friday. I even made a Christmas tree for it. I mean, a holiday tree. Got to be sensitive to everyone. That's not the only holiday that we celebrate in December. All right. I hope everyone enjoys December 31st. That's not too far away. New Year's Eve, a brand new year is upon us. Let me see what's going on with my camera. Making sure everything's the way I want it. Oh, that's why. I'm just going to move this one out of the way. Thanks for your patience, everybody. Hang on. All right, here we go. It's 5-Card Friday. All right, Tarot World. I appreciate you getting me up so early so I could throw tarot cards sooner for people around the planet who are all excited to get tarot card readings. Hear a message from the spirit world. Get inspired. Figure out what's going on. Point ourselves in the right direction. Remember what's important. Get grounded by watching some guy on a computer trying to shuffle some cards. All right. So one more time, the tarot world is going to show us with grace and ease, not quite what I just showed in that last shuffle, with grace and ease, a wonderful 5-Card Friday message for everybody. No matter what day of the week you're watching, these cards are for you. Thank you, tarot world. It's 5-Card Friday. These cards are for you, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to all the subscribers. We're going to get to Audience readings in about 25 or 30 minutes. All right. This is for entertainment purposes only. I say the lights look good. I must have done something correctly. I don't want to get too greedy here. Here we go. First up, the Empress. Isn't it exquisite for all of us to be here? It kind of reminds me of me sitting in front of my studio with my holiday background, right? Let's read about the Empress. I've got a different book this time. This book comes from the, I forget which deck it comes from. But anyway, we're going to read it. Oh, it comes from the gold foil deck. So anyway, let's read about the Empress. Ooh, check out that. They actually show a picture of the card and the little description there. That is pretty awesome. Okay, let's find the Empress. The Empress, fruitfulness, initiative, action, long days, clandestine, the unknown, difficulty, doubt, ignorance. That's quite a handful of adjectives and nouns. So anyway, I want to emphasize the comfort part, the fruitfulness, and taking initiative. Yeah, well, okay, I get it. Yeah, so I had a little problem getting my live tarot throw going today, and I had to start over. But maybe you saw in the title that it has something to do with Breakaway Ray not sleeping well. So anyway, yeah, there we go. I'm taking the initiative. I'm in a comfortable position. Here I go. Hello, Julia Anchorhaven. Good to see you. Hello, Art Life. Thanks for joining us again. Oh, look, see, it's the tarot world teasing me a little bit. The tarot world only teases me, right? I'm taking the initiative because I couldn't get to sleep, says the Nine of Swords. But these cards are for everybody. So I just like, in case you ever find yourself unable to sleep, great, channel that energy in a positive way. Go work on a project. In my case, it's exposed my spiritual questioning to everybody on the internet. Here we go. Next up, yeah, the Knight of Pentacles. Keep at it for a long time, because guess what? The next two cards are going to show us what happens when we work at it, when we tango with our shadow selves and we erase it and make it part of our lives. So what does happen? Come on, Tarot World. Here we go. I know we got a message coming. Sweet. Well, you're turning in like the Hermit, but check it out. It's almost like a star shining because you start to see the light. Is the Tarot World on fire or what? All right, here we go. Can't wait. This is for everybody. Yay. And then the Fool says, now you get to start on a new adventure. Look at where you were. Well, you went to sleep okay. When you had a tough time sleeping, you took the energy and you channeled it into a positive, if introspective adventure. And now your adventure continues on a new path. All right. Congratulations to you. Go get them, everybody. Okay. Have a great Friday and a great weekend. Let me give these a toss. All right. Just so Julia Anchorhaven says that she is at the Christmas fair today in a shopping mall. So if you happen to be out there in the UK, look for Julia, please. All right. Very good. I see that Mr. A has a request and Jason is in the house. Hello, Missing Time 420. We're going to get to all your readings. I promise I'm going to go back to the chat in a minute. But first, there we go. My name is Breakaway Ray, and I don't turn on the heat in my house. All right, so here we go. When I turned on the camera today, I bet there were people all around the planet saying to themselves, planet Earth is awesome because there's this guy named Breakaway Ray, and he can't sleep. So guess what? He's going to get dressed up. He's going to turn on the camera. He's going to try to make me laugh. He's going to try to make me feel inspired. And then he's going to give me a free tarot reading. And I don't even have to leave my kitchen. I could just do it right on my phone wherever I am on planet Earth. Planet Earth is awesome. All right, so great, everybody. I'm so happy to help everybody out. The Tarot World loves delivering positive messages. Tarot World never gets it wrong. Only my interpretation might be a little bit off. So where would I like to go with this? Well, I got dressed up. I got a smile on my face. I'm ready to entertain you. This is all for entertainment purposes only. But wait a minute. What brought this about? Hey, Breakaway Ray, show us the face before you turn on the camera. Well, I might as well get up and turn on the camera. I bet there's a message I can deliver to everybody, right? So normally, before I had StarCard podcast going this past summer, I would get up this would be between the months of March and August, I guess you would say. I would get up, I'd get my notebook out, and I'd get out a deck of tarot cards. And, it was better than before, because before, if I couldn't sleep, I would be like too frustrated to read a book. And, television is totally boring and it's not going to help. And doesn't put me to sleep, unfortunately, for some reason, whatever the reason. If you can't fall asleep, you're kind of up a creek a little bit, because eventually you're going to get too tired. Let's stay on track here, Breakaway Ray. So one way to combat insomnia, I discovered for myself, is that you do have to exercise every day. So I do exercise every day, at least an hour. And, it's just walking, because that's a totally different activity than sitting around or being stationary or not moving around a lot at all. So if you're fortunate enough where you have an area where you can walk for at least a half an hour, start with a half an hour, try to do it every day, take a break take a break one day a week. If you're just walking moderately, I promise you, it'll be conditioning your brain and conditioning your body, and your body chemistry will change. I know all that. Okay. So that helps me go to sleep, is adjusting my body chemistry and wearing myself out so I can eventually fall asleep and get ready the next day and do it. But what if I'm in a situation like this and maybe I don't have anyone around to talk to? Well, I'm alone with my thoughts. And it sure would be nice to verify that there's a spirit world helping me out. People got all this talk about spirit guides and spirit helpers and things like that. Angels are looking down and looking out for me. Well, really? So guess what? I'm going to get on the spiritual telephone called the tarot deck, and I'm going to demonstrate what I would normally do. So I'm going to say one more thing before I start all this. Way back again in March or April, I think it was now July. Way back in July, 5 months ago, there was a time when I was throwing the cards, and the cards are never wrong. They're never wrong. I ought to videotape it and then show everyone. So that's where I started at the other companion channel, Tarot with Breakaway Ray. But then I realized I don't even have to pre-record it. I would write it down in the notebook, and then I'd set it up again, and I'd record it, and I'd tell everyone what happened. I could just do it live, which you guys have seen ever since I've been going with Camp Breakaway in August. So I'm actually going to do what I would normally do, and I would keep to myself. I'm going to show you my actual journal, the one that I'm using, and I'm going to go ahead in front of everybody and have a dialogue with the tarot world. The tarot world knows what's on my mind. And so it's my job now to hear what they have to say. I'm sure it's going to be encouraging, because we are on StarCard podcast. So I'm inviting everyone to my personal world now. I'm going to get out my notebook. It's Friday. We're having fun. We're taking it easy, and I'm sharing how I do things. Okay, because maybe not everyone has considered this or thought about doing this for a long time, right? Because there's so many good things on Netflix. So let me get my notebook out. Here we go. And we're going to take it back downstairs, all right? So yeah, I have more than one notebook that looks like this. When I saw these notebooks in the market, I think I bought 3 or 4 of them because the cover looks so cool. And they do look good on camera, don't they? All right. And then I have clipped the pages I don't want you to see. That's personal stuff. Okay, but I have a brand new page set up right here. I'm going to do it exactly. The only problem is obviously that I'm not flipping around the camera so you can see it well. But anyway, you won't be missing too much. Let me show you what's going on. So we start off by putting a date up here. This is exactly how I do it. Okay. And then I'm going to shuffle a deck with my intention. And in this case, it's just going to be, hey, Tarot World, don't you want to say something to me in front of all my friends at StarCard Podcast? And then it'll be my job to write them down and then figure out, where's the Tarot World coming from? How clear is that message, or how clearly am I receiving it? So I'm going to pick, well, I'd like to pick this deck, but I'm going to use my, classic deck with all the words on it, the little kindergarten deck, because it's got the words right on it. I'm teasing myself. So I'm going to shuffle these cards. I'm going to throw cards for myself, and then I'm going to show you how I go ahead and explore what's torturing me, keeping me up, right in my notebook. And then, once you put it down on paper, you're not carrying it around in your brain. And then you can, objectify it, and you can treat it like, you could literally just pull it out of your notebook and and make blessings over it and say thank you and get rid of it and be done and move on to your next thing. That's probably the simplest thing to do. Believe me, that sounds like a great idea. Just, you know what? I wrote it down. Thank you very much. Send it back to source. Hasta la vista, paper. Okay, but anyway, I got to put on my game face to shuffle my own tarot cards here. When in the tarot world, remember what we were thinking about when I was on my hike, and first thoughts on my mind. And I know the tarot world wants to send me a positive, inspirational message, one that I can share with my friends when I show them how I write in my notebook here, because it's like a little incremental, tiny step upward every time I examine what's on my mind and get a reflection from the tarot world. All right, excuse me, please. All right, tarot world, I'm putting you on the spot. I know you like the spotlight as much as I do. That's why we're global, StarCard podcast, worldwide, throwing cards for everybody. Oh, look at that. It's the 10 of Cups. It's a dream come true, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for subscribing. Merry breakaways. I appreciate everyone tuning in whenever you're tuning in. Here we go. But these cards are a special message for Breakaway Ray. A little chill out Breakaway Ray. Everything's going to be okay. Come on, give me a sun card. Whoops. All right, that's that card. We'll see what that card is. And now let's get some more cards here. These cards for Breakaway Ray. All right. Hey, Breakaway Ray. These for entertainment purposes only. You know, if you don't like the cards, you can choose a new reality. Everything's kosher that way. All right. So we'll find out what the surprise card is in a minute. But let's turn them over and see what's going on. Nice. The King of Pentacles. Stand by. The King of Pentacles, wealth, business, leadership, security, discipline, abundance, prosperity, generosity. All right. Well, okay. Is this what I look like when I dress up with the tie and the sweater I'm wearing? Okay. All right. I get it. Nice reflection. These cards are for Breakaway Ray. All right. Let's see what's next. It's the Nine of Swords. Look, you had insomnia, Breakaway, and we teased you about it again, and now you're laughing. And you're laughing on the internet. Laughter is the best medicine. Poor King Breakaway Ray couldn't fall asleep. All right, so now he's throwing tarot cards. And yeah, and he's making magic with the tarot cards. There's the Magician. And and the Four of Swords says, now go back to bed. Okay, so he's well rested. He's ready to go. At any moment, he could turn on the camera. What? He can't fall asleep? Go make magic on the internet. Go throw cards on StarCard Podcast. Now you get to go back to sleep. Go to sleep and okay. And then what's with the surprise card? Oh, Breakaway Ray, you have a podcast. Happy early birthday. My birthday's this month. All right. I was not, I was expecting to have like a little bit more of like the Nine of Swords action going on. Like I might throw again and say, you know, could we explore this? Maybe you could help illuminate the story for me so I understand why this is going on, because this is really what I want to address, right? But has the tarot world got the rest of it right? The short answer is yes, but I'm now going to verify it. As President Ronald Reagan used to say, trust but verify. I'm going to go ahead and get my notebook out and demonstrate how I became a tarot fanatic. All right, so what I would do is I would start with the King of Pentacles. And I put boxes around the cards that I get. And then the Nine of Swords. Yeah, I'm like laughing at that card. That's hilarious. Tarot World's teasing me. Cool. All right, bring it, Tarot World. And then the Magician. Another snapshot of me. Four of Swords. Go back to bed. Breakaway Ray. Take a nap now. And then the Ace of Cups. Now I realize that I did do a good job of expounding on the cards when I first turned them over for you, the audience. And now it's my job. I mean, normally I would have written out the sentences right here, not said them out loud. That's something that you can do. You know, you're going to increase your awareness of your soul and your path and what's on your mind incrementally anyway, whether you have an audience or not. I say better without your audience. I mean, anyway, here I go. King of Pentacles, we're talking about discipline and wealth. I know I sure look good on camera. I know that, okay? And then, it talks about leadership and security. Everyone should feel safe to do this. But of course, if someone told me to do this a few years ago, I might have started laughing at them and said, don't be silly. That stuff doesn't work. That spiritual woo-woo stuff. Nine of Swords. We know that this is the Sleepless Night card. And then the Magician is making magic. That's pretty simple. You know, you're taking your ideas and you're making them happen. Here at StarCard Podcast, this is the magic I'm making. And now the Four of Swords. It's like the it's like the tarot world tucking me back into bed. So I'm putting it in quotes here. Now go back to sleep. And then I'm going to put little Z's after it, or Z's for my friends in the UK. Okay. And the Ace of Cups talks about new feelings, spirituality, intuition. New feelings, spirituality, intuition. Well, new feelings. Yeah. Didn't I just point out that I was laughing at the Nine of Swords? You know, I was laughing at my own insomnia. That's kind of a new feeling. I don't normally laugh at that. Usually it makes me disgruntled. There we go. Look at how I've transformed everything just by thinking about it and having the tarot world help me objectify it and look at it from an objective perspective, right? Okay. Great. I get to put this away now and take out the audience trees, and we'll go right to the second part of the show. Looks like we're a little ahead of schedule. That's okay with me. It's Friday. Let's have some fun. Let's get some readings in. Hello, Arizona Ravens in the house. Thanks for joining me. Well, I see a new name. I think it's a new name. Selama Witena, 1712. Hello. Well, I'm going to take a closer look at your message, but I want to say welcome. Thanks for joining us. All right. One moment, please, everybody. Let me get the paper out. Well, it's the paper and the trees. So, Mr. A, let me scroll up and here we go, everybody. Hey, Mr. A, last time I think you wanted the neon. Anyway, let's see what I've got for you today. Oh, I want to say hello to Kimberly Bamford. I think I recognize your name. Good to see you. All right. All right. Thank you, Mr. A. Yes. No problem. I'm happy to give you a reading. And I'm going to write down the word neon. Let's see if I get that straight. Okay, next. All right, Julia. All right. I think I must have had one for Julia in here. There we go, Julia. Maybe you want the mermaid deck again? All right, so I got you down, Julia. Oh, wait, do I see it? I'm going to write down mermaid anyway. Okay, let's see who else wants one. Oh, LMAABB. New year. Yeah, very good, Ellen. Let me get you a tree. I think I saw Arizona Raven. Let me put her tree out there. Yeah, don't worry. I got plenty of trees. Hang on. And you want the gold foil, I think. And you want a new year. Let's see if I got that right. Yeah, okay, very good. I think I got it right. Yeah, thank you very much, Julia. I appreciate that encouragement. Okay, art life, old style, cool deal. Yeah, it's great. I love seeing all the cards. They're so wonderful. All their different little pictures. Let's see who else is inviting me to read. Yeah, thank you very much, Julia. I appreciate that. Arizona Raven. Oh, my choice. Okay. Thanks, Arizona Raven. I think I don't want to get everyone too excited. I play up the insomnia. Well, let's see. Hey, this is for entertainment purposes only. I play up the insomnia, but very much I play into it. This is the best time of day for me to concentrate. The whole town is sleeping. Anyway, thanks for playing along, everybody. All right, let's go back down and make some more trees. Okay. All right, so I got Arizona Raven. Well, hey, thank you very much for your message, Kimberly Bamford. I appreciate that. Thank you, Julia, for orienting everyone in the chat. Okay, and so it looks like Selama wants a reading. I'm gonna get you a tree, Selama. I hope I'm saying your name right. I appreciate all the friends in the chat trying to help me out. Okay, so let me scroll up a little bit. Yes, all the readings are free. Oh, Heavenly Cups is here. Let me get Heavenly Cups down. Oh, and Jason wants one. Very good. Okay, so here we go. Jason, Heavenly Cups. Heavenly Cups had a request. Robin Wood. Thanks for all the requests, everyone. I'm going to have fun. And Kimberly Bamford, sure. Okay, I thank you, Heavenly Cups. I got Kimberly and Jason trees already. I'm going to get one for Puck Elf here. Hello, Puck Elf. Thanks for tuning in. I feel like I don't know if I'm missing Selama's request. Maybe there's a specific thing. Let me just check up the chat here. Oh, I see it now. So, an international. Okay, so will there be an offer before 2025? Well, the end of 2025. I want to say I'm so sorry that you're having a tough time. I hope it works out for you, Salama, and I hope the tarot world send you some inspirational kind of message. Good luck to you. But anyway, let's check all the holiday trees. And what? If I miss anyone, there's plenty of time for me to catch up with you in the chat and make a tree for you and give you a reading. Stand by, please. Yeah. Wow, that's quite a lot of readings. Well, we have a lot of friends in the chat. That's cool. So Julia gets a mermaid deck. Mr. A gets a neon deck. LMAAB gets the gold foil deck. She gets a New Year peak. We have a special request for Salama. Here's a tree for Puck Elf. Sweet. Kimberly Bamford Heavenly Cups with the Robin Hood deck. Missing Time 420. Art Life gets the old style. And Arizona Raven. And I'm not sure I'm missing anybody. So, all right. You know what? I do need to take a tea break. So I'm going to let you enjoy the scenery real quick. There we go. All right, 1 second, everybody. It's a full moon. Subscribe right now. Now's a good time to subscribe. It doesn't have to be a full moon for you. It's a full moon for me. Thank you for subscribing. Okay. This is supposed to be the easy part. Mr. A is going first. Neon deck. Oh, sorry, everybody. There you go. You're missing all the action. That was so exciting when I was cleaning the desk just now. All right, Tarot World, here we go. Special request from Mr. A. How about a fun, inspirational message on a Friday from Mr. A, please? Wow, these cards feel so great, so familiar. Thanks for choosing these. Wait, these are the stained glass. These aren't the neon. No. Oh, I love these cards, but sorry. I think those are for Arizona Raven over there. Where's the neon deck? Here we go. How's that, Ace of Pentacles? That's better, right? Ooh, check out that Ace of Wands. Wow. I wonder if we get some better light. All right. These cards are for Mr. A. Thanks for tuning in to StarCard Podcast. Oh, nice. These cards are for Mr. A. Fun. Inspirational message. A happy Friday message, please. Wow, these cards are really familiar. And these cards for Mr. A, please. These cards are for Mr. A. Go out and get your own deck today, everybody. These cards for Mr. A. All right. Wow. I like the celestial feel of the back of the card there. First up, it's the Five of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, I'm admiring the picture myself. So the Five of Pentacles is the one that usually has the two forlorn, destitute characters outside the building that looks like a church. In this case, it looks like they're on the inside, but that could be the outside also. But the Five of Pentacles talks about tough times. But somehow, we're already taking this card and turning it upside down. We got a bunch of other cards about to lift us up and carry us away to a new adventure. But anyway, for visual sake, we're just going to leave it face up because, yeah, see, the Ace of Cups is here. Let's read what it says about the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups. It is an intimation of that which may lie behind the lesser arcana. Oh, wait a second. Excuse me. Here we go. Ace of Cups. True heart, joy, content, nourishment, abundance, fertility, holy table. I don't know what that means. Felicity. So, it's like a blessing. It's a marriage. It's a proposal. It's a new baby. So, I mean, there may be a shadow of some kind of you're out of survivor mode and now you got a new fresh start. I hope so. That sounds good for the holidays. Here we have the Queen of Pentacles, and I might as well go right to the book on the Queen of Pentacles. That's another great looking image. I'd like to take a look at it more carefully here. Wow. Okay, let's read about the Queen of Pentacles. Opulence, generosity, magnificence, security, liberty. Things look really promising. I know they didn't start off this way, but things are looking pretty good right now. There's a blessing and you can share it. And the Two of Wands says, this card looks spookier than it should. I'm trying to get you the right light here. The Two of Wands says, you have a good plan. The universe likes your plan. You have the green light, go. So I don't want to, this sounds like a trite adventure. Wow, we got lucky. We won the lottery and now we're ahead of the game and we can share. And you know what? We're being wise about how we share. The universe approves of how we're working together on this or wherever we're directing that energy. And then there's a sense of completion at the end. How wonderful. Again, things started off, they didn't look so great, but we turn it into something wonderful, a brand new life that we could share. And, when you're planning like that and you're sharing, it's a bit of coordination. It sounds like I'm not the one to speak, but it sounds like a happy marriage. I don't know how else to put it, because then you have the world and it talks about completion and arrival. So in any case, Mr. A, happy holidays to you. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Thanks for inviting me to read. I'm going to give these a toss, and then we'll check out the next tree. Yeah, you had the Two of Wands, and then before I shuffle them, you also got the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups says that this is like a direct call from the spirit world. So that concludes your message, Mr. A. I wonder how correct any of that is. I hope any of it meant something. That'd be fun. All right. Next up, it's Salama, and we're interested, is there going to be an offer before the end of the year? Okay. We want to get information. I'm going to use the cards with the words, and we want to be specific. So, yeah, here we go. You're asking a yes or no question. We'll get a yes or a no, and then we'll also get a little bit of an explanation. Here we go. All right, Tarot World, here's a great opportunity to help Salama. I know you like helping everybody. Could you help us determine, will there be an offer before the end of the year? This card wants to come out. All right, Salama, this is for entertainment purposes only. Thanks for inviting me to read. Everybody who's tuning in supports you. We all want the best for you too. Sending you all positive vibrations. And then the answer is, okay. So right down here in the corner of the Hierophant, it's a maybe. So right down here where I'm tapping. So all these, not all of them, but a lot of them have yes or no or maybe. And this one says maybe. So that's the answer we get. But we also have the Hierophant card. And the Hierophant talks about learning. And it also talks about society and its rules and social approval. It also talks about institutions, tradition, religion, and forgiveness and mercy. I don't know how much any of that applies, but maybe the particular learning aspect may apply. Again, it's a maybe. That is not yet determined. The energies are perhaps still in flux. Let's see if there's some clarification for you here. Wow. So the Four of Cups talks about reevaluation. Also, it talks about remembering to be grateful for everything that the universe gives you, even if you can't see it. That might also go along with the idea of making do with what you got. I'm sure you're doing that already. Oh, but check it out. Then the Eight of Wands, this might work for you. The Eight of Wands talks about travel. It talks about flight, and also talks about things happening right away. So if this is a maybe, you could push it over the edge with manifestation. Start with gratitude, and that's probably like the only catalyst you need to find that very good, gruesome image, but you'll find the 10 of Swords. It'll be the end of a painful episode. So the path is gratitude. According to StarCard Podcast, this is for entertainment purposes only. You're in a maybe situation. You could push it over the edge. Be grateful for all that you got, and then watch the magic change, and you'll be at the end of a painful episode. So good luck. I hope that was helpful, or at least entertaining. Thank you very much for inviting me to read and sharing it with us here at StarCard. Let's give these a toss and go to our next tree. I got to adjust the scroll on the chat because I don't want to miss any messages here. All right. Thank you, Salama. I appreciate it. Okay. Next up, it's Julia. All right. We'll get you the mermaid deck. One moment, please. All right. StarCard Podcast, your place for unboxing tarot decks. I really need, I'm going to have to find myself some copyright-free background music. I don't want to get all excited here. I'm happy just to throw cards. Here we go, everybody. These cards are for Julia. Having a big weekend out in the UK. Wow. Have fun out there, Julia. These cards are for Julia. Having fun this weekend. Right, cool. Here we go, Julia. We're going to have some more fun. First up, hey, you got your Ace of Pentacles. It's a prize. I'm going to find myself a better guidebook. Stand by. Ugh. You know what? I'm going to go to the trusty Robin Wood book. I want to read what it says about the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles, pure contentment, attainment, bright prospects, prosperity, both material and spiritual. All right. This sounds like you on your weekend project, your meeting. I'm sorry, I forgot what it's called. I'm sure you put it in the chat already. All right, cool. So you're having fun on your project. Yeah. And you probably, well, okay, this says the Knight of Wands. Yeah, you're probably filled with energy while you're on, you're having a good time out there. You're charging forward. Wow. The Two of Swords has a different look on the mermaid deck. You see these two guys are fighting with each other. The other decks show a blindfolded woman with two swords. She's by herself, and it's supposed to be the Crossroads card and difficult decisions. So maybe there's some kind of decision going on or happening, perhaps. Wow. And then I think we have the Queen of Cups. It's the Queen of Cups. She's the empathic one. And like you, I'm sure you'll be able to figure out what's going on beneath the surface. I'm really digging that nebula scarf thing she's got going on, the Queen of Cups. So there may be a mystery. You know, if it was another deck, someone would be blindfolded. The Queen of Cups can figure it out. Okay, she knows what's going on, even if no one else does. Okay. Whoa. Julia, isn't this the card that you like? You know, because it's so dramatic. It's the Ten of Swords. It's the end of a painful episode. It's the end. It's the end. Okay. oh, I'm so sorry to show you that image. Except that I think you enjoyed the artwork, the dramatic imagery. I hope you had a good reading. Hope it was fun and entertaining, Julia. Thanks again for everything. Yeah, right on, Kimberly Bamford. Yeah, stand by, Puck Elf. Let me, when I get to your card, I'm going to write down your particular request in the chat there. I see it. Let me try that again. Okay, so let me get these cards aside. I wonder if I could do Puck Elf right now while I still see his message. Okay, Puck Elf. Let's take care of yours right now. So your request, chicken red curry with coconut. No, that's not it. A reading for Courtney. Okay, this is for Courtney. We're going to do a reading for Courtney. I'm trying to decide which deck. Here we go, Puck Elf. Let's go stained glass. All right, Tarot World. Let's help out Puck Elf. And that's right. For Puck Elf's friend, Courtney. I mean, I don't think the Tarot World, I believe it. I believe it. I'm not saying it, but I believe it. You're awesome, Puck Elf. That's cool. There was a movie with an Australian actress. I think her name is Rose Byrne, and she was the voice of Jax or somebody like that. Another artificial intelligence female companion. She did a great job. I really enjoy movies with Rose Byrne. She was also in that movie Spy with Melissa McCarthy. Hilarious. All right, but anyway, we're going to throw some cards here for Courtney. Very interesting. Again, the Tarot World, understands it way better than I do. Whoa. We got some cards popping out for you here. Yeah. Check that out. All right, here you go, Puck Elf. As you requested, Puck Elf. For Courtney, there's the High Priestess card. She would be like a high priestess, right? Because she has a lot of knowledge, Courtney. And then she's hanging out with the Magician. Do you have a top hat, Puck Elf? I'm just curious. And then I wonder what this card is. It's the Nine of Pentacles. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Congratulations on your subscription. I look forward to meeting Courtney. What a pretty card. Thank you, Puck Elf. That's pretty cool. See, the Tarot World's totally awesome. That was awesome, Puck Elf. Thank you very much, Puck Elf. All right, let's see who's next. All right, we're going to get out the gold foil deck for LMAABB. Here we go. Yeah, I want to show everyone the gold foil tarot sample card. There we go. Yeah, cool, Puck Elf. Thank you. Oh, great. Thank you for introducing me to her. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so let's go on then. LM, what's your new year look like with the gold foil? All right, I got to be careful with these cards, everybody. They're quite viscous. They slip out easily. Pretty classy deck. All right. Hey, Tarot World, could you please give us a quick look at 2026 for LMAABB? She wants to double C 2026. These cards for LMAABB. What's it look like in 2026? Here we go. In 2026, please. All right. Hey, 2026 is yours to make, but here's some cards. This is like backseat driving. You know, you don't have to listen to me. You're in charge. First up, whoa, the world. It suggests completion. I think we're talking about like the end of this year and the beginning of the next year. I think this is an echo of our request. The tarot world wants to know. We know exactly what you're talking about. And here comes your message. You know, what's it look like in the new year? All right. Well, it looks like the Judgment card, where you're swapping out the old and you're bringing in the new. It sounds a little general, I understand. Okay, but that's the nature of that card. The Five of Wands promises that there's going to be conflict, but if we learn anything at StarCard Podcast, it's we like to take cards and turn them upside down, and we're going to respect other people's opinions and streamline our efforts and not get too worked up about things, because life is short and we got to enjoy it as much as we can while we have it. Keep it light, everybody. Okay, and then check that out. It's the Lover's card. I know you like seeing that card, LMAAB. It's so promising. It talks about the power of two together, and that could be two people on the earth plane, like you and a friend, but it could also be, you're working together with the spirit world. Like when I see the Lover's card or the Two of Cups show up at the beginning or the end of a message, it's like the spirit world saying, we're with you the whole time in 2026 also. So count on us. And if you want to call us directly, start throwing your own tarot cards. But otherwise, Breakaway Ray is happy to have you here. So thanks very much for inviting me to read. And now your last card. What's 2026 look like? Yay! It's the Sun card. Everything's going to be all right. I'm so happy for you. Thanks for inviting me to read. What fun. I'm going to give these a shuffle. Thanks, Tarot World. I think I'm blushing. All right, cool. Let's see what's going on now. Kimberly Bamford. Yay, Kimberly. I'm going to use my Ethereal Bloom deck. These cards are for Kimberly Bamford. All right, Tarot World. Keep shooting off your fireworks, please. How about a fun, inspirational message for Kimberly Bamford, please? These cards are for Kimberly. Thanks for tuning in, Kimberly. Wow, I got a lot of likes already for a small crowd. Thanks a lot, everybody. Cool. These cards are for Kimberly. Whoa. All right, Kimberly, we finally got to the Ethereal Bloom deck. These cards are for you. Let's have some fun. The Knight of Wands. Dude, I love this card because it looks like it's a Marvel movie. The horse is, going through the explosion there. I want to get to the book. Which book was I using? Oh, yeah. Knight of Wands. Let's check it out. The Knight of Wands, a journey, practical action taken in spite of distractions. Could also be a change of residence. So a journey, a change of residence, practical action taken in spite of distractions. Keeping your head while all around you, people are losing their minds. Being practical in those instances. Great. Ooh, maybe because you're the high priestess and you already see everything before it happens in the first place. You're very intuitive. Wow. People are counting on you because you're calm, cool, and collected. Or they're counting on that part of you that's calm, cool, and collected. Maybe you're going to host a holiday party. Is that what's going on? The Seven of Wands, something is hidden. I don't know if it's hidden or if it's going to be revealed. Maybe you're the one hiding it. Like you're secretly and privately organizing for the holiday and decorating, but you don't have a chance to share with anybody. You're not taking pictures and posting them. You're not telling all your friends about all the work you're doing. You're just like going about your business. And eventually when people come over, they'll be like, whoa, look at what you did. So maybe there's a big revelation you're planning for. I'm going to say you're planning for it. Sweet. Well, the 10 of Cups says it's going to be a dream come true. That is awesome, Kimberly. Let's see what the last card is. Oh, you're watching StarCard Podcast. I'm going to read to you about the Star Card, but thank you very much for tuning in and inviting me to read. Let's read about the Star Card. I've been meaning to do that for the last 55 minutes. The Star, hope and faith, a blending of the best of the past and present, bright prospects, mastering the occult arts, wink, wink, an awareness of two worlds. Okay, but doesn't it sound like the holiday? Hope and faith, a blending of the past and the present, and bright, bright prospects. Or maybe, a lot of people who interact with your energy are going to feel that way. You're going to be sharing that light with everybody. Way to go, Kimberly. I hope I get an invitation to the party. You're welcome to my party anytime. Let me give these a toss. We'll go on to the next reading. Hey, thank you, Arizona Raven. Thank you, Art Life. All right, next up, Arizona Raven. Yeah, here we go, Arizona Raven. Thanks for inviting me to read. All right, very good, Kimberly Bamford. Thanks for that feedback. All right, and these cards are for Arizona Raven. Thanks for all the help, Tarot World. Arizona Raven's ready. Let's deliver a fun, inspirational holiday message, please. I really appreciate Arizona Raven's, she's such a dedicated viewer. Thank you, Arizona Raven. I hope I throw some nice cards for you. Here we go. These cards are for Arizona Raven. All right. Here we go. Whoa. Oh, yeah. All right. Let's have some fun. First up, it's the 8 of Pentacles. It's doing a lot of hard work, being diligent. Then it's the 5 of Cups. What a cool card. Looks like Venice, California at sunset. Anyway, 5 of Cups is the walk away card. Is that right? No, the 5 of Cups is the disappointment card. Oh, I'm sorry. This guy's disappointed. I don't know why. It's a cool boardwalk, a nice image. He's disappointed about something, but not everything's perfect. So what? You're allowed to be disappointed. You get back up on the horse and you try again. You fix it and you move on. Okay. And then it says the Page of Swords. This would be the new way of communicating. Let's get the book on the Page of Swords. New ideas. Vigilance, agility, insight, keen vision. Ooh, service done in secret. The seeker obtains the help of a younger person. Oh, that's an interesting perspective here. So there's a case where someone's working and they're disappointed. So they call in the Page of Swords, who has agility, insight, keen vision, vigilant, and will even serve in secret. Maybe it's a younger person. Sorry about the lights there. Okay, and then the 3 of Swords says that there's going to be some kind of heartache. I don't know why we got this guy involved in the first place. We were already disappointed. This guy made a mess of things. Hey, this is just a fun story. This is for entertainment purposes only. We're not done. We got 2 more fun cards. See, are we having fun? I know Arizona Raven knows tarot, so she already knows what's going on with these cards better than I do. But here's the Devil card, and this spooky image reminds us about our shadow self and letting go of things that no longer serve us. And then, oh yay, so finally, that's the Arizona Raven that we know. We end up as the Empress. So here we are, we're working, we were disappointed. Maybe someone thought they could offer us a shortcut, turned out to be a mistake. So we let it go. We're not emotionally tied to that person. We don't have to be. And then, you know what? Now that that's all behind us, we're sitting pretty like the Empress. Hey, that's how I'm telling the story. I hope you enjoyed it, Arizona Raven. Thanks again for tuning in and subscribing. I really appreciate it. All right. Next up, Heavenly Cups. Here we go. And then I got Jason and Art Life on deck. Did I just see a message from? Okay. Well, anyway, here we go. Heavenly Cups. You wanted the Robin Wood deck. And I do have Jason and Art Life still. And I got room for more if there's somebody else. All right, Arizona Raven. I'm glad the cards work for you. Here we go. And these are for Heavenly Cups. Thanks for tuning in, Heavenly Cups. I appreciate your support from way out where you are. That's way out there from where I am. Really appreciate it. Great to make your acquaintance. All right, these cards for Heavenly Cups. Oh, very good, Arizona Raven. Thank you very much. I got a cousin, and I just wish he saw comments like yours. Anyway, I love my cousin. All right, so these are for Heavenly Cups, though. These cards are for Heavenly Cups. Yeah, Arizona Raven, that was a lot of help from the Tarot World, obviously, right? The Tarot World knew which cards were going to work. Here we go, but these are for Heavenly Cups. Heavenly Cups, yay, it's the Wheel of Fortune. Start the game. It talks about fate. It talks about destiny, cycling up and down, good luck, bad luck. Oh, yeah. Then the Seven of Swords guy shows up like he's getting away with something. He's being sneaky. It also suggests that something could be revealed. But what this guy's doing, he's like pulling the rug out from underneath people. If you see the tents in the background, those are where the soldiers are sleeping. And then, it's early morning. This guy stole all their weapons and he's running away with them. He's climbing the wall. So they're not going to be able to do their job. Lucky for you, you're tuned in to StarCard Podcast. We gave you a sneak peek at what's going on. All right. Then the King of Cups shows up. This guy is so awesome. I'm going to go to the book on the King of Cups. It's hard not to like a king like that. Let me read to you about the King of Cups. King of Cups, a kind, considerate man, a father figure, a person interested in the arts, balanced, a deep man with a quiet demeanor, quiet power. Not a narcissist, or not evidently a narcissist. So, quiet power. Someone has a quiet power that might be hidden, but it's a fortunate thing. Yay. It's the World card. Talks about arrival and completion. Just because I was raised on television in the United States, I might say something like, you got lucky. You had a long lost granduncle who passed away and he left you something in an inheritance. But at the same time, this could be telling about the energies that you embody. Do you feel lucky? Well, it's time to reveal your hidden leadership abilities and go for it all. Con gusto. And the final card for you, yay, it's the Emperor. Yeah, go for it all. You're in charge. Don't even wait for anybody else. And you don't have to stay hidden anymore. Get out there with your crown and your best robes. Show everyone your dance. You're in charge. Go for it, Heavenly Cups. Have a great day. Thank you very much for inviting me to read. Woo! All right, next up, Jason. Jason, I don't think you requested any particular deck, and I'm going to go ahead and pull out the Ethereal Bloom cards. Look at all the trees I have. This is reminiscent of my days in the classroom. All right, let's throw some cards for Jason. All right, Tarot World, let's keep it going. How about a fun, helpful message for Jason? Having a good time in December. These cards are for Jason. Thanks a lot, Jason. I was just admiring while I was shuffling about how when I'm watching the chat sometimes, like over at Typical Skeptic Podcast, the guest will say something like their link, and then before they're done with their sentence and there's a punctuation mark, Jason's already put a link in the chat for everybody. You're awesome, Jason. Thank you very much. These cards are for Jason. Hey, Mr. A, you're welcome. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. All right, these cards are for Jason. Cool. All right, very good, Mr. A. Thank you. I appreciate everyone's feedback. All right, but again, here we go, Jason. This adventure is for you. It's the Knight of Cups. We're going to go to the book for this. Oh, the Knight of Cups. We don't have to. That's the Knight in shining armor. I don't see the armor, but he sure does look glorious. The Knight in shining armor. Was this your high school ID card picture? Well, the Two of Swords is here. Maybe we're at a crossroads. We don't have all the information yet, but we're definitely prepared to go either way. I want to say that's good news. You're already the Knight in shining armor. So big whoop. Bring on the decisions. You're the Knight in shining armor. You could do it all. They should have there should be like the Avengers of Iron Man, and they should have Thor, and then they should have Missing Time 420. They should all be in the Avengers together. Okay. Wow. And then it's Judgment Day. Bring on the Terminator. Here comes the Judgment card. Talks about swapping out old energies for new energies. This looks like New Year's Eve, doesn't it? All right. How beautiful is that? And then the Eight of Cups talks about walking away. Maybe we're walking away from 2025. And that's why the Judgment card is here. We're swapping out 2025. We're going to be bringing on, we're going to swap out 2025 for a new year. We're going to walk away from stuff. We're walking away from something. And that's your crossroad, huh? We're going to make a big switch from December 31st to January 1st. And you already started off as a Knight in shining armor, making it happen. Yeah, great. You're like coming out of the Bat Cave, dude, with the old Batmobile with Burt Ward. Okay, then, 2026, start with the Ace of Pentacles. Let's get the book for Jason on the Ace of Pentacles. That's what I'm talking about, Tarot World. Inspire my viewers, please. Hang on, look for the Ace of Pentacles. Here we go. Ace of Pentacles, reward, riches, pure contentment, attainment, bright prospects, prosperity, both material and spiritual. Great. Happy New Year. Wow. And then the High Priestess could talk about your own spiritual path, or maybe there's someone like the High Priestess that comes along with this beautiful gift of a new year. Well, great, Jason. Thanks for inviting me to read. That was awesome. I know I'll talk to you again before the year is out, but Happy New Year to you too. Gee, Art Life, I saved you for last. Thank you, Heavenly Cups. I appreciate it. Cool, Missing Time 420. All right, and these are for Art Life. Guess the old style deck. Hang on. From Alexander Ray. That's the Ace of Wands for you there, Art Life. All right, I'm going to give him a shuffle. You're welcome, Jason. All right, these cards are for Art Life. All right, Tarot World, I don't know if we're going to get any more requests after this, but shoot off all your fireworks. You got plenty. These cards are for Art Life. Well, Art Life, you were like the first guy in, and you're the last one to get the reading. All right, yeah, that's right. You're going to rewatch it later. Okay. Here we go, Art Life. People are so nice to me. These cards are for Art Life. A fun, inspirational message for Art Life, please. Here we go, Art Life. Wow. Okay. So that, yeah, I think I got that right. All right. Hang on. Let me just check and see. Just in case, I drew another card. Art Life, the Two of Pentacles. Wow, I love this classic Hellenistic, ancient Greece style picture there. The Two of Pentacles, you're juggling priorities. Cool. But you are the emperor. You are in control of everything. You're multitasking, apparently. You got both realities under control there. Wow, check that out. And right next door is the Empress. Let's go to the book about the Empress. Maybe you're juggling being a single parent. I mean, just as an example, I'm not suggesting that you are, but sometimes you got to be good cop and the bad cop. But these are both good cops. Let's go to they're all good cops, by the way, but I'm just talking about dynamics in the vernacular. We have the Emperor and the Empress, and these are two golden cards. I want to check them both out here. The Empress, pregnancy, fertility, good advice, safety, security, hidden actions, a competent woman, safe and secure, who is building a future for herself and her family. And the Emperor, a father figure, secure and successful, a stable, authoritative, powerful leader, a person with the qualities of reason and conviction. And I don't know why I said this, because while I was saying that, I was thinking to myself, maybe you're having your mom and your dad over for the holidays. That could also be that dynamic, two important people in your life like that. Anyway, the Knight of Swords shows up, and he's defending his position energetically. Let's go to the book on the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords, a soldier, heroic, brave, righteous, anger, triumph over an opposition, a practical solution to a problem. Well, the whole parents home for the holiday thing works. Okay, you're juggling two families when your parents come and stay with you, and you want to solve that problem. Looks like you're going to be successful. I mean, this guy's going to get it done. Cool. Then the Three of Cups says, enjoy yourselves. Have a good time at the party. I know they're around a maypole-like thing. There's a lady at the top, and it kind of resembles a holiday tree. All right. Art Life, having a good party. Bust out the eggnog. Oh, yeah, Art Life, you are the magician. It's going to be a wonderful holiday season for you. That is cool. Oh, it's Flixlove here. Yay. So I don't know. I'm not sure which deck Jason was talking about. I threw the Ethereal Bloom for you, Jason. Flixlove wants the gold foil deck, so yeah, we'll take care of that. Great. Let me give these a toss. The ones I just used are the old style. That's from Alexander Ray. Hi, Flixlove. All right. I'm going to get those gold cards for you. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. Everybody, thank you so much. I know I have a tree for Flixlove, but I don't know. Hey, I got it. It's right here. And it even says gold foil on it. All right, we're all set to go, Flixlove. Yeah, we made this for you last time. Hey, if there's anybody else who wants a reading and hasn't gotten their turn yet, go ahead and let me know in the chat. Otherwise, I think we'll close up shop after Flixlove. All right, these cards are for Mishlove. Cool. One more card. I'm going to take another one. It's getting crowded here with all your trees and the cards. It's a lovely crowd. It's more pumping when everyone's at the party together. Here we go, Mishlove. Let's take a look at some fun cards. It's another Two of Swords. It's crossroads time, but we're totally prepared. Either way, we're ready to go. Oh, boy. So then the Five of Pentacles shows up with this lack of mindset, which is easy to fix if we just take the card and turn it upside down. And we just imagine that we're already in the recovery stage from the lack of mindset. And we look around and we're grateful for everything. We can even be grateful if we look on the ground and we see like a dog left a mess and nobody cleaned it up. And we say, hey, thank goodness I saw it and I didn't step in it. Rather than be angry about what happened. Thank goodness for everything. Okay. Wow. Here's another card we could turn upside down. It's the Five of Cups. It's the disappointment card. This guy's really focused on what's disappointing, but most of this picture is awesome. You got cups behind you that you could still use. They're still standing up. There's a bridge to take you to that nice building. I bet they got some heat and some good food there. There must be some kind of holiday party going on. I know you're not dressed for a holiday party. I don't know what you're dressed for. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about this guy in the picture, Mishlove. But anyway, what we could do is we could say, let's advance past the disappointment. Let's turn this guy upside down. You know, we're at a crossroads now. Do we take these cards face up and accept that, you know, this is what we have to deal with in life? Or do we turn them upside down and we say, you know what? This is how I'm going to handle it. I'm taking that frown. I'm turning it upside down. You're not going to take me down. I'm going to be happy because every breath could be my last and my last breath is going to be happy. All right. Which means you got to go for it. Where's that Queen of Wands? Well, the Chariot says, keep going. Exactly. You got to keep going. You got to go for it. And then here's the here's the Breakaway Ray card for today. It's the Nine of Swords. Yeah, there's going to be sleepless nights. And now I'm really glad I drew an extra card. Yeah, there's going to be sleepless nights, but come on, Chariot. Keep going, right? The Ace of Swords. That's the truth. You know, hold on to the truth tightly and keep going. Look at how the messages end. You have all this rough business going on, but you're the one in charge of making that decision, how you want to handle it, because it always ends up with you going forward confidently in the right direction because you're in control. And whatever you're doing is righteous. You know, you have integrity. All right, Mishlove. I hope that was inspirational and fun. Thank you very much for inviting me to read. Of course, I have so much fun doing it. I don't think I missed anybody. I don't see anyone else adding anything in the chat. Oh, right on, Mishlove. Thanks for making me look good. I appreciate your feedback. All right. Hey, sure I can do this for another couple hours. This has been fun. Thanks a lot for joining me today, everybody. So we're here on Friday. I may come out one more time over the weekend because I'd like to give you your tarological forecast for the next week over the weekend so that you're ready to go on Monday, because on Mondays I don't always come out, right? But we do try to do this a couple of mornings a week. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. Thanks for making my day. I'm glad I can make yours. So go get them, everybody. Spread the cheer. Have a good holiday season and a great weekend. All right. See you later. Thank you so much.